Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to be here with you today. And today I have asked Spirit whether your person intends to reach out towards you in the near future. And this is intended to be a person in your life who you are currently not in contact with for whatever reason. I think for a lot of you it's probably going to be a romantic connection. However, that doesn't have to be the case. These messages might still apply to you if you're talking about a platonic friendship or maybe a family member that you're no longer in contact with. Feel free to pause the video and pick a pile that speaks to you. And so I know I've watched videos before where I was told that the person I was in separation from was going to reach out to me and then they never did. And so I just want to add a little disclaimer here that because people have free will, it could be that based on their current energies today, the cards could be saying that they are going to reach out towards you soon because perhaps they intend to do so at this moment. However, they might change their mind, or the cards could be saying that this person does not currently intend to reach out to you. However, their energy might change in the future. So I just wanted to point that out because I know I've been kind of confused about that in the past, but it's just a reminder. Again, everybody has free will, and this is just going to tap into their current energies today. Like, how likely is it, based on their energy today, that this person's going to reach out? So I hope that's clear. And with that said, let's jump into today's readings. Hello there, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So today I've asked your spirit guides to let me know whether this person that you are currently not in contact with is intending to reach out towards you sometime soon. I have to say, when the first four tarot cards came out, I was getting a very particular picture, like a very specific answer, and then the last card we have for you is the Lovers. And so I would take that first and foremost as a confirmation that this is probably a romantic connection. It doesn't have to be, but with the Lovers here, I would say for most of you it probably is. And then that was kind of a contradiction to the first four cards. So I think the answer here is a variation on maybe, but I'll go through it. I'll go through the cards. So the first card we have is Death in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and then the Lovers, as I said. So with the first two cards here, the Death card in reverse sends me a pretty clear message that regardless of whether this person intends to reach out toward you or not, I think they're probably having trouble letting go of your connection. Because the Death card talks about the end of something. When it's upright, it's about embracing the end of something so that we can be reborn into a new cycle, so that we can restart or we're closing the door on the past so that we can open the door to the future, if that makes sense. The Death card usually comes up when we are ready to, or on the path to being ready to let go of something, even though it's hard and it might hurt and cause hard feelings and cause sadness. We're ready and willing to let go of it so that we can move on to something else. However, when it's reversed, that energy is being blocked. So if the Death card talks about moving on from past experiences so that we can move towards a brighter future, when it's in reverse, we are not moving on, and it can talk about not being willing or able to make a necessary change. So I think it's specifically in context to the question that I asked, which is this person intending to reach out or likely to reach out towards you. I would say that this Death card being here again is just a message from your spirit guides that regardless of what they choose to do, they have not let go of you or this connection yet. So whether that's a positive thing or not is really up to you. However, that's the message I'm getting from this card. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And this one is interesting. First of all, I want to point out that when the Death card and the Queen of Wands card came out, they came out side by side, reversed like this. And I would say there's a lot of kind of similarities between the pictures on these cards. There's a lone figure standing in the middle of the card. There's stuff going on, dramatic stuff going on around them. However, they're facing straight forward. And the person on the death card has a mask on, but you can tell they're kind of facing straight forward. And so I just think that there might be a connection between what this person is having, like the reason why this person is having trouble moving on, and the fact that it seems like they're currently in the energy of a reversed Queen of Wands. And a Queen of Wands is somebody, a Queen of Wands upright is somebody who is charismatic, they're charming, they're outgoing, fun-loving, have a lot of friends, the life of the party, wanting to make other people feel good and include other people, and just a very fiery, kind of fun-loving energy. However, when it's reversed, we can either be talking about this person maybe is usually like that. However, that energy is currently being blocked. They're not in their Queen of Wands energy right now. Or it can be talking about somebody who is the reverse of all of those things. So somebody who is manipulative and uses their social skills to cause problems for other people, or to manipulate people to get what they want, who is somebody who is seeking social status and doesn't care about other people's feelings. You know, they don't care about whether or not they're hurting other people's feelings. They just want to be the queen. You know, that they would do anything to get that crown on their head, and it doesn't matter who they have to step on to get there. So I mean, I would take that however that resonates for you. I mean, you know this person that you're asking about, and you would know whether are they usually in the Queen of Wands upright kind of personality, or is that not like them at all, and maybe they're displaying, you know, when you were in contact with them, maybe they were displaying maybe some red flags about that other kind of behavior. And I would say that this is, if that resonates for you, this might be Spirit's way of saying they haven't changed or grown out of that. Or it could be saying, if you don't resonate with that and you think that this person is usually the Queen of Wands upright, which is a very attractive energy, I think this is Spirit's way of saying that this person might be struggling emotionally and not being their usual charming, charismatic, fun-loving self, because they're having trouble letting go of this connection. Because as I said, that the Death card reversed and the Queen of Wands card reversed came out together exactly as they're laid out here. So then we have the Four of Pentacles, which features somebody sitting on a treasure chest with 4 pentacles on it, and they're clearly like guarding whatever's in the chest. And I think that kind of reflects the message of the Four of Pentacles card, because it's more of kind of a neutral card. It's not necessarily positive, it's not necessarily negative. It's usually, the way I interpret it is, I have earned these 4 pentacles, and so I am going to hold on to them with everything I have because I earned them and they're mine. You know, and so there can be a little bit of insecurity in terms of like really not wanting to let go of your pentacles. However, there is also a message like you know, you deserve it. You can have this treasure chest because you worked hard for these, you know, they're yours. This, whatever financial or material thing that you have acquired for yourself, it belongs to you, and you have the right to feel proud of it and want to hold on to it. So in context to the question that I asked, which was whether this person is intending to reach out towards you, this could be a message that this person is currently focusing on their financial abundance. And it could also be saying, you know, whether or not they choose to reach out to you could be based on how focused they are on the material world. So, for example, it could be the case where if this person does decide that they want to get back in contact with you and move towards you, it could be financially motivated, if that resonates for you, or it could be, that could be kind of their entry point into a conversation with you. They might talk to you about a career opportunity or something like that. Or it could be saying, as I said, that maybe this person is not currently in an energy where they're planning to move towards you because they are focused on their financial resources or their material resources. So again, just take that however it resonates. And then we have, when the Seven of Cups came up, I was getting a few different ideas. And I would say the first one that popped into my head is this person might not be focused on you right now, because the Seven of Cups is about having options, and because it's a cup card, it can talk about relationships and emotions. So that was the first interpretation that came into my head was maybe this person currently, again, is not focused on you, which might be reflected in the Four of Pentacles. Maybe they're focused on the material wealth, and maybe they're trying to keep other options open. And it could also be a message with the Death in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. I was getting the idea that this person has not moved on from whatever connection you had emotionally for whatever reason. Maybe they're unwilling, or they're unable. Maybe they haven't processed what happened between you, or they just don't want to think about it. The idea I'm getting with these first 4 cards here is like a clear indication. I think this person might be trying to distract themselves from you and the relationship that they had, or the connection, or the situationship, or whatever it was. I think they're trying to distract themselves. That's what's coming out with this 7 of Cups, in any interpretation. However you want to see that. Maybe they've started dating again. Maybe they've been chasing karmic relationships. Maybe they are just focused on their career with the 4 of Pentacles. I know that might be hard to hear. However, we do have the Lover's card here as the last card for you, and I would see this as, we got a clear message in the first 4 cards. However, I think this person, with the Death in reverse, they're not ready to let go of the whatever it was that you had together, because they still see a future with you. I would see that as, I'm distracting myself, and I'm not dealing with my emotions, and I'm in this unbalanced Queen of Wands energy because I can't let go of this person, because I see them as my partner, or a potential partner, or a potential lover, or somebody that I'm meant to be with. And it could be that this person has never expressed that to you, and they might not intend to do so. However, the cards here are clearly indicating to me that that's the light in which they see you and your connection with them. It could also be with the imagery of this card and the colors in that card, and then it's kind of like a similar color with both of the Moonology cards up there, and your Starseed card, and the counter, and the 7 of Cups, and the trees, and the Lover's card. It's kind of like a pinky purple color, which is often associated with the crown chakra. And I would see that there might be a message here that this person either dreams about you a lot, or tries to connect to you in their dreams. I don't know if they're spiritual or not. Judging from the other cards here, I'd say maybe not. However, if they are, it could be a message that they are trying to connect to you on a spiritual level, or they still feel connected to you on a spiritual level. So I want to say, with your tarot cards, I'll get into the oracle cards, but with just the tarot cards alone, again, I think that the message here is, well, this person is not currently ready to move on from the idea of you two being together, or getting back together, or the pain of whatever happened, or their feelings about whatever happened between you two. I don't see them currently being in an energy where they want to move towards you, because I think right now they're focusing on other things. They're trying to distract themselves. They haven't even, with the Death in reverse tells me they're not in like a healthy kind of healing place. They're in an avoidance place, and they're again, with the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, trying to fill their mind and their time with other things, so that they don't have to deal with their emotions about whatever happened between you. So I would say, if you want a simple yes or no question or answer to whether or not they're going to reach out to you sometime soon, I want to say probably not. But the reason why I'm hedging is because, when somebody's in this energy, especially with the Queen of Wands reverse, can be a little bit unstable. There's no telling what this person might do on an impulse. So again, I don't want to give like a yes or no, black or white, because I don't know what the circumstances are. I just wanted to relay the message that this person has not moved on emotionally, because they're not dealing with their emotions, and they're trying to distract themselves from your connection, however that might be. So with that said, I do want to get into the oracle cards, because I thought this was interesting the way they came out. We had 2 Moonology cards and a Starseed card, And when I was shuffling your Moonology cards, I intended to only take 2 cards. However, a lot of them flew out of the deck, and I picked the 2 that were speaking most to me, that I felt resonated the most in terms of what your spirit guides wanted to tell you. And they were intended to be advice from your spirit guides. This is not coming from this person you're in separation with. This is direct advice from your spirit guides about this connection. And so the 2 cards that I felt resonated the most strongly were the waxing moon, which says the energy is gaining momentum, and the full moon in Sagittarius, which says look at the bigger picture. And what was interesting was one of the cards that also came out was the new moon in Sagittarius, which says luck is on your side. So I wanted to remember to tell you that, because the luck is on your side did come out too. And you would have, if that card did come out, you would have 2 Sagittarius cards. So there could be an indication that whoever you're asking about is a Sagittarius. They have Sagittarius in their chart. Maybe they're a fire sign. I could see that also with the Queen of Wands in reverse here. Take that however it resonates. And also sometimes the Lovers card, I think, can be associated with Sagittarius. I could be wrong about that. I just know on one of my decks, there's one of the lovers in the card has a little bow and arrow tattoo. So I always associate the Lovers card with Sagittarius. Again, take that however it resonates. I just thought that was interesting and I wanted to point that out. So moving into to the advice on these cards, the energy is gaining momentum. So I think this is related to the Lovers card, and I think it's related to what I was talking about, the idea of having a spiritual connection and feeling spiritually connected, especially maybe if this person is dreaming about you a lot, or maybe you're having dreams about them, or maybe you feel spiritually connected to them. I think this might be a confirmation that there's a connection between you two on a soul level, on like a spiritual, astral level, that might be amping up. Maybe the 2 of you have been thinking about each other a lot, and so that might be strengthening the connection between you two, if that makes sense. That's what I would get from the energy is gaining momentum, especially with the colors on this card being associated with the crown chakra. It could be that, this might also just be another message from your spirit guides that the answer to this question about whether this person is going to reach out might not be a hard no. It might just be, it's probably not going to happen right now. However, the energy is gaining momentum, and it seems like, at the very least, this person still feels very connected to you. And it could be that you also feel very connected to them, and that energy is building. So, again, I'm also remembering the luck is on your side. So if you did want this person to reach out to you, I think there's a message here that it might just take some time. You might just have to be patient with it, because as I said, it seems like this person isn't really dealing with whatever happened between you yet. Like, it seems like they're not in a place where they're willing to confront their feelings, even though they still see you as their counterpart on the Lovers card. So take that however it resonates. And then we have the full moon in Sagittarius card, which says look at the bigger picture. So I mean, again, if I'm reading this in relation to the reading, I think there's a literal message here that, you can look at the first 4 cards in your reading. You get kind of an impression one way, but the Lovers card is right there. So there could be a message. Again, it's not a hard no. It's just maybe a not right now, or not yet. It might be a message that you need to give this person time. And it might be a message also, start to focus on your own healing and your own emotions about whatever happened between you and this person. And if you've already been working on that, that's fantastic. And I would say your spirit guides are proud of you, and they want you to continue to do that, because I think that if you are trying to manifest this person reaching back out to you, that's one way that you're going to be able to do that, is by focusing on the bigger part of your connection. And if there's a lesson to learn in terms of what has already happened between you two, to focus on kind of taking that, fitting it into the bigger picture of things that are happening in your life and things that are happening in this person's life, what was meant to happen, why did it happen a certain way, and what can I learn about myself and my own actions and my own emotions and the part that I played so that I can fit that into a timeline that makes sense in terms of the bigger picture of my life and the idea of things happening in divine timing. I hope that made sense. And then I was amazed, honestly, when I pulled because I did the Starseed card last after the Moonology cards, because we have full moon and Sagittarius look at the bigger picture, and then the card in the middle is big picture thinking. You know, and so they're both echoing the same kind of message. So I would say that this is probably a big indication from your spirit guides. Like, this is what they really want you to do, is to try to fit this experience into a bigger picture in terms of your own life, in terms of maybe getting a bigger perspective, in terms of not comparing yourself to other people, but maybe just sharing whatever happened with close, like, trusted people, and finding a support group, so that maybe sharing and hearing other people's experiences with things that might have been similar might help you get a better sense of the bigger picture, if that resonates for you. This card also does say Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And so this could be, if you resonate with starseeds, could be a confirmation that you are a Pleiadian starseed. And it could also be an indication that you can take inspiration from whatever happened, even if it was painful, even if it was hard, even if it's hard to hear that this person does see you as their counterpart and they haven't let go of you, but they're not processing what, even if that's painful and hard to hear, there might be advice from spirit here that you can use that as inspiration. And would take that however it resonates. It could be inspiration for if you are creative, if you have creative hobbies, or you're in a creative type career, could be using that as inspiration towards whatever creative projects you're working on. It could be advice from spirit to channel your feelings into a creative activity that might be helpful in terms of helping you process what is going on. And I think doing that could also help you figure out what to do next, because we have inspired ideas. So I'm getting the images that are popping into my head with that are the aces of the tarot deck. It might be saying something that's going to help you manifest new opportunities and new cycles into your life is going to be using this experience with this person that you are in separation from as inspiration to get yourself going into something else. Again, if that makes sense. I feel like I had an idea of what I wanted to express. I'm not sure that I expressed it as clearly as I could have, but I tried my best. So I hope that was helpful for you, Pile 1. And if this video resonated for you, please give it a like. Please feel free to comment down below and tell me whether or not it did resonate, and share any video ideas that you have. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel, because I will be putting out lots of videos. So thank you for watching, Pile 1, and I hope to see you in my next video. Hello there, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Today I have asked your spirit guides whether this person that you are either in separation from or just not in contact with is intending to and or is likely to reach out towards you in the near future. And I want to say right off the bat, after looking at your cards, the answer, like the simple answer here, is probably not, or at least not in the near future. However, it's for a different reason from Pile 1. Pile 1, their person was not dealing with their emotions, it was trying to distract themselves from the connection. However, with these cards here for you, Pile 2, I would say, if you just want like a clear yes or no answer, I'd say this person that you're asking about, I think that they're trying really hard to move on from their connection with you, and they're trying to do it in a healthy way. And so unfortunately, I see them probably not moving back towards you of their own volition anytime soon. So I know that might be hard to hear, and I'm going to explain it in the cards here, because I think that they do tell a story. And I do want to add, we have the last card here for you is the Six of Cups in reverse, and I think that carries a message that this isn't a meaningless connection for this person. Like, they're not able to just easily walk away from it. I think that whatever happened between you two, there are positive memories for this person. There's some nostalgia there. There was something real to this connection, and it's not easy for this person. However, I see in these cards, they are doing their best to heal from whatever the situation was between you two and try to move forward. So again, I'm sorry if that's difficult to hear. I will explain why I'm thinking that. So the first card that we have here is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess usually represents our connection to our spirituality. So with this card coming up, I'm seeing that this person is either very connected to spirituality, maybe they're into doing tarot readings, maybe they are very into meditation, they could be clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, any of the clairs. They could just dabble in that stuff, but be very interested in the idea of spirituality, or just be very connected to their spirit guides and might be receiving a lot of guidance from their spirit guides. And it could be either that they're very into spirituality and spiritual practice, or it could be that they just naturally have a very strong connection to the spiritual world. And it could be they might not call it spirituality. They might just say, they have gut feelings. They tend to listen to their feelings and instincts in a situation. And it seems like they are very connected that way. So there is also a message here, in context to the question that I asked. This could be your spirit guide's way of saying that one of the things that this person is doing to help them come to terms with whatever happened in your connection is embracing their spirituality, which is, that's not a bad thing either way. I would say that that's a positive thing. And that, if your connection was a catalyst for this person to become involved in their spirituality, then I could take that as a positive takeaway from whatever connection the two of you had. That's what I'm seeing with the High Priestess here. And then we have the Son of Wands in reverse, and the Sun is like the Knight of Wands. I know the Knights and Pages of the tarot deck are usually messengers, and the Knights are usually a pretty fast-moving energy, especially in the Wand suit is also fast-moving. So if this card were upright, I would be inclined to say, yes, this person is probably coming towards you with a text or a call and is likely to reach out to you. However, this card is reversed. And so what that's telling me is this person might have thought about it a lot. Part of them might want to reach out towards you. However, they're actively stopping themselves from doing it, and it's not likely to happen anytime soon. That quick-moving Knight of Wands energy is being blocked. They're kind of blocking that out. And I am seeing a connection between this card and the next card, which is Strength. Just based on the color and imagery on these cards, I think that the way I would interpret these cards being side by side is in the Strength, they're using what they are learning and building with their Strength card in order to keep that Son of Wands reversed. So I'd say it's taking a lot of inner strength and inner healing for them to stop themselves from reaching out towards you. And with the Strength card, like Strength, especially with the Seven of Pentacles is the next card beside the Strength card, the vibe I'm getting from both of these is that this person is really focusing on themselves right now. They're really focusing on their own development, and that includes probably their spiritual development with the High Priestess there. They're focusing on building up their inner strength and taking probably whatever lessons, there were to learn from your connection, and using that in a way to focus on their internal development so that they can become strong in a healthy and balanced way. Like the lion on the Strength card represents the fact that, the lion is the king of the jungle. However, they don't need to go around proving to everybody that they're the king of the jungle. They just kind of have that quiet confidence of, I know what I'm about and I don't need to prove myself, and I can be calm and compassionate while also standing in my power. So again, that's a very beautiful energy to be in. And I would say, from these cards here, I do want to also, just throw that out there. Even though this person is working very hard on focusing on themselves, I do feel like, especially because this lion has a rose in their mouth, I do want to relay the message that's coming through here. This person probably still really cares about you. I'd say that I don't want you to get the impression that this person doesn't care or that this connection between you didn't mean anything to them, because I'm getting the opposite message. I think that even if they never expressed this to you when you were together, I think they were very deeply emotionally invested. And I think that's why they've kind of done a hard pivot and really leaned into healing from whatever happened between you two and really focusing on themselves and their own development in order to get through whatever this separation is. I felt compelled because I don't want to give you the wrong impression here. This person is very focused on themselves and their own development. However, it's not easy for them to move on from you. They're not just casually getting over you. That's not what's happening. That's not what I'm seeing here. So I want to throw that out there. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, the word that usually comes to my mind with Seven of Pentacles is patience. However, what I'm hearing right now with this card is nurturing. And so I'm seeing that in terms of the self-care kind of nurturing of themselves. As I said with the Strength card, they're literally probably building up their strength. They might actually be working out a lot. I don't know. It could be a literal message there. And they're working on their spirituality with the High Priestess here. And I think they're really focusing on nurturing themselves. And then obviously, because it is a Pentacles card, it could be talking about them like slowly and patiently working on their financial abundance. And that could be where a lot of their current focus is right now, is in developing themselves financially and materially, developing their spiritual practices, working on their strength, maybe their literal strength, and I am getting the impression that they are trying to distract themselves from your connection. But again, it's not the same way that it was in pile one, where it might have been, an unhealthy distraction in the sense that there's emotions they're not dealing with. I see your person as definitely confronting their feelings here and whatever happened here and working through that stuff to get to a place of strength and abundance. So, again, I know that can be hard to hear, that they're not really focused on you. However, I want to say with the Six of Cups card, it can be interpreted a couple of ways, but what's really resonating for me with the rest of these cards here is this person is actively trying to let go of you. They are working hard to get to a place where they can let go of whatever connection you had in order for them to heal from it and move on. And again, I want to reiterate with this card, I am not saying that this is easy for them. In fact, with this card, I'd say this is actually really difficult for them. And it could be because the Six of Cups upright talks about happy memories, nostalgia, the golden moments from a specific time or a specific relationship. And it can talk about reconnection and getting, a text from somebody you haven't spoken to in a long time. And when it's reversed, it can talk about having a really hard time letting go of that. I think, the clear answer for whether this person intends to reach out to you in the near future, it's clearly, I'm getting a clear no, at least not in the near future, because they're really focused on healing themselves and they're really trying to release whatever emotions are being brought up by your connection and your separation from them so that they can heal and maybe move on from it. However, it's difficult because whatever the two of you had together was really beautiful. It affected them on an emotional level, regardless of however brief it might have been. I don't know what your situation is. I just am getting the sense that and this could even be talking about, I know I talked about the rose and the lion's mouth, typically associated with a romantic connection. However, the Six of Cups can talk about family connections. It can talk about friendships. It can talk about maybe somebody that we knew in our childhood or whatever. It's just like happy memories from the past. So I don't want you to think that this person is like thriving away from you and that they never think about you, because I would say, if anything, they probably have intrusive thoughts about you. I'd say that they're probably having a tough time not thinking about you because your connection really meant something to this person. And so I'm sorry to have to relay these messages because I know it can be hard to hear. However, this is what your spirit guides are trying to communicate right now. So I do want to get into the oracle cards because that has direct advice from your spirit guides about this connection. And when I pulled these cards, I was like, okay, this is a confirmation for me that I'm interpreting the tarot cards the way they're intended to be interpreted here. Because the cards we have for you, I'm going to start with the Moonology cards, and we have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, which is the South Node, and Step Out of Your Comfort Zone, which is the North Node. And I did think it was interesting that we have kind of like that opposite energies here. However, they do have a bit of a congruent message, because we're talking about our past with the South Node and not letting that hold us back, and then the future with the North Node about stepping out of the comfort zone. So there is kind of a progressive energy here. I think with both of these cards, you're being encouraged to do something to move forward, to, whatever it has to do. I think especially if moving on from this connection and dealing with this separation has been really difficult for you, and confronting your feelings about it might have been very uncomfortable. I think this might be, if that resonates for you, might be confirmation from your spirit guides that that's something that you're really being encouraged to do, is to find something that's going to be a healthy way for you to focus on yourself and your own development, and deal with your feelings about what happened and process them and work through them, which might involve doing something new, doing something that you've never done before, maybe starting a new hobby, doing an activity that scares you, trying to find a new friends group, trying to find a new social group. Maybe reaching out to other people is difficult for you. I mean, however these cards resonate for you, only you can really say that. And I've been reading the energy from this person and not you. So I don't really have a solid sense necessarily of where you are in the process. So I wanted to share that because to me, these cards together in relation to the tarot cards here is encouragement from your spirit guides that maybe it's time to move on from this connection. And we also have the Starseed card here is Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. And this card does have a message of embracing who you are on a soul level and then sharing that with the world. And I would say that, that echoes some of the message from the Moonology cards, because I think, with a Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, I think it's maybe time to do some soul searching and maybe, figure out how to connect to yourself and your feelings about this situation so that you can work on releasing them and moving forward from whatever this connection is, and start moving towards something that's going to be fun and exciting and might lead to a new start for you, something new coming into your life. That can happen when you share your song, like the card says, when you're being open with new people and trying to step out of your comfort zone and embrace whatever change would be helpful for you to make in this situation. I hope that made sense, Pile 2. And again, I want to say, I know that this message was probably a little difficult to hear today, and I'm sorry about that. So I did, again, wanted to relay the message that this person's not callously trying to let go of you because they don't care. This person had deep feelings, and they've just been working hard on healing themselves in a healthy way. And so unfortunately, I don't see them coming back towards you in the near future. I'm not going to say, nothing could be rekindled here, because the feelings do run deep. However, I just don't see them taking the initiative to reach out to you in the near future. And then with your advice cards, I'd say your spirit guides are encouraging you to focus on yourself right now and your own development, and kind of putting those things into your hands, if that makes sense. So Pile 1, thank you for watching. If you did like the video and it resonated with you, feel free to give it a like. You can always comment down below and let me know how you felt about the video. And if you have any ideas for future videos, I'd love to hear them. And you can always subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. And so I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you very much, Pile 2. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. I want to say I am excited for you guys. because the question that I asked your spirit guides was whether or not this person that you're currently not in contact with or are in separation from intends to or is likely to reach out to you sometime in the near future. And I have to say, with the other two piles, there was a qualified no. And with your pile, I'm hearing a qualified yes. So with that said, let's get into the tarot cards here. So the first card we have is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a card that talks about walking away, choosing to walk away from things that are no longer serving us. And because it's the Cups card, this is usually referring to a relationship or an emotional situation. And what I'm seeing with this card, especially because the figure on this card looks like they're really thinking hard about something. Like they're really considering, okay, what does serve me in this situation? What is the best move for me here? Is this something that I need to walk away from for my own well-being? Or is this something that is going to turn out to be positive for me in the long run? And so I'd say specifically with this deck, that's the message that I'm getting from this card, is that this person is currently kind of contemplating their options. They're thinking things through, whether they want to remain emotionally invested in whatever this connection was, or maybe become emotionally invested depending on whatever your situation was, or if they want to kind of cut their losses and walk away. And so this was the only card that came out, I would say the answer is like a maybe. It depends on whatever this person decides to do, because everybody has free will, and they could decide either way. However, with the rest of your cards here, I think your spirit guides are trying to give you a message not to give up hope, and I'll explain why. I think that this person, there is that contemplative energy in this Eight of Cups card. And then with the next two cards we have are the King of Cups and the King of Wands right beside each other. And I thought it was interesting that both they came out of the deck like that. And I'm not going to lie, I'm getting kind of a confused energy. And I don't know if this person is a water sign or a fire sign. It could apply or not. However, I would see this as maybe representing two different sides of this person's personality that are kind of vying for control right now, because they're both kings. They're both kind of like on an equal level. However, they both, I think, represent different things. We had the King of Cups representing the heart, and like he's wearing a heart on his chest in this picture, literally. And the King of Cups represents our connection to our emotions. And the King of Cups is typically a person who is very emotionally mature. He knows what he's about. He can clearly communicate, regardless of the gender of the person you're asking about. But he's very good at communicating his emotional needs and making sure to meet the emotional needs of the people that he cares about. It's just kind of a very self-assured, emotionally available person. And so we have that energy that's kind of maybe competing with the King of Wands energy. And the King of Wands is a very passionate energy. It loves adventure. It loves new things. And it's a very kind of like, you can see even on the card, this king is pointing towards something like, let's go over there. Let's do that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move on to whatever the next thing is. And so if I were going to interpret these three cards in a row, what I'm seeing here is this person is currently feeling conflicted, because it could be the case that their emotional self, their King of Cups self, is telling them that their heart is invested in whatever connection the two of you had, whereas it could be their adventure-seeking side, the side of them that loves to seek out new things and try new experiences, could be telling them, I don't want to get tied down. I don't want to feel trapped in this situation. Not that they do, but there could be that side of them that's a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more chaotic, that doesn't want to feel like they're tied down to only one option. And again, I'm not saying that applies to this situation with you, or that's even how they see this situation. It could be that those are the two sides here. Or it could be talking, the King of Wands here could be saying, I feel very passionately about if this is your person, this person feels very passionately about your connection. However, like maybe the passion is there, if you know what I mean. And maybe they feel like pursuing whatever you two have or reaching out to you would be an adventure. However, it could be that their emotional self is holding them back and saying, I don't know if I want to invest my heart. I don't know if I'm ready for that. And I would say that probably has nothing to do with you in this situation. I definitely see this as two aspects of this person kind of at odds with each other, having trouble kind of reconciling those two sides of themselves in order to come to a conclusion in the Eight of Cups about whether to walk away or to invest emotionally in your connection. And another thing that kind of confirms that interpretation for me is that we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. And Six of Pentacles, when it's upright, can talk about like a balanced, equal exchange of energies. And when it's in reverse, that exchange has become unequal or imbalanced. And it can talk about feeling unsatisfied, like other people are not pulling their weight, or you're investing in something and not seeing the returns on it. So, I mean, it is a Pentacles card. It does usually talk about money or financial situation. However, in the context of this reading, this could just be your spirit guide's way of saying this person, maybe in the past, the things that they've invested in have not paid off for them. And so that could be causing this conflicted sort of energy in them about whether they want to move towards you or not. Or it could be talking maybe about their fears about the situation, that maybe one of the things that has prevented them from reaching out up until now has been that maybe they have a fear that whatever this relationship is, this exchange, won't be equal in some way. And maybe that's something that scares them and kind of keeps them in this deadlock of really not really knowing what to do. So I only take that if it resonates. It could be, there's another thing coming into my head. It could be maybe there's a financial disparity between the two of you that's maybe giving them that's causing some concerns for them. Again, only take that as it resonates. But that would be like my traditional interpretation of the Six of Pentacles in reverse. However, the first thing I noticed when this card came out is that this one on this deck has a clock in reverse. I mean, it's an upside down clock, it's like literally an upside down clock. And so I think there's a direct message from your spirit guides that, the not to worry about the timing, that they might not be able to give you a timeline in terms of, I'm sorry if you can hear they're doing the construction workers outside. There's definitely a message here, not to concern yourself with the timing, because I think this person is in like a kind of a deadlocked, conflicted, don't know how to move forward energy right now. However, the next card after the Six of Pentacles is the Star. And when this card came out, I was like, oh, finally we have a pile where the answer is not just, a no. This Star is the card of hope, of having hope. And it talks about hope, healing, and inspiration. Those are like the three key words that I associate with this card. But it coming out here is a clear message from, especially as the fifth card here, is a clear message that, here is this person's current energy. However, this clock's upside down. We can't give you a clear sense of what the timing on this is going to be because this person's conflicted right now. However, please don't give up hope. That's what I'm seeing with this Star card here. Like, you don't need to despair, because all is not lost. No matter which way this person goes, of course they have free will. Of course they're going to make whichever decision they decide to make. That's up to them, and they're going to make it in whatever timing they make it in. However, there again with the Star, it's like a very clear message from your spirit guides. You don't have to move on just yet, because there's hope here. And I want to kind of use that to segue into your oracle cards with some advice from your spirit guides, like direct advice from your spirit guides about this connection. And the first card we have is I'm going to start with the Moonology cards. We have the New Moon in Leo, which says confidence is your key to success. And then we have the North Node, which says step out of your comfort zone. And so I'd say that's a message here that the message might be, it could be that again, only take this as if it resonates, because I'm just interpreting the cards. I don't want to give you bad advice. However, there could be a piece of advice here from your spirit guides that maybe something that's going to tip the scales for this person about whether they want to invest emotionally in your connection or not could be based on whether you decide to reach out. And, I'm not saying that you have to do that, or that it's even, maybe the right thing for you. Maybe you've had to do a lot of work on, detaching from this situation. Maybe this is somebody who has hurt you in the past, and maybe, you're feeling like, well, I don't, the ball's in their court. Why do I have to be the one who's taking the initiative here? However, there could be a message from your spirit guides that if you decide to do that, it could end up positively for you. Again, I don't want to give you bad advice here, but I did want to give that interpretation. If that's maybe you're on the fence about whether or not you should be reaching out, and if you are, it could help this person come to a decision either way. It could also be saying, like, this person might take their sweet time, reaching out to you, and that, that's okay. There is a message to kind of, we can't give you a timeline. This person is feeling conflicted. However, don't give up hope. There's still hope. And to that interpretation, we have this confidence is your key to success, and step out of your comfort zones, telling me the advice here is to focus on something else. Focus on doing something fun, bringing something fun into your life. I'd say with confidence is your key to success, it might be time to start working on self-esteem exercises, maybe doing some affirmations in the mirror, and really building up your self-confidence and stepping out of your comfort zone, maybe doing some activities that you're nervous about or that would scare you, maybe taking up a new hobby or doing a new social activity or trying to find a new social group. Might be something else for you to focus on right now while this person is taking their time to decide whether or not they want to come towards you. Either way, those things are positive things to do, and then they will probably lead to, personal growth and development. And I think building self-confidence is a great thing to do regardless. So I would see that as direct advice for that. And then when this Starseed card came out of the deck for you, I was kind of blown away, because I had the Six of Pentacles reversed had already come out, and I was already getting the message, okay, the timing, can't give you a timeline on this, and then this card comes out. Your Starseed card says, trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. And then, so I would say, like, that's directly related to the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Star card. There's a message here specifically about this connection that you need to trust the timing, don't give up hope. Time is not running out. This person will make their decision in whatever time frame they make the decision in, and that you need to have a little bit of faith here that things will work out in your favor. I think embracing your self-confidence will help things work out in your favor. I think stepping out of your comfort zone will help you do that too, whatever that means for you. And again, there might be a message for some of you, if this is something that resonates for you, that it might just be a nudge from your spirit guides to take the initiative here. Might help this person make a decision. However, I don't want to push you, and I don't want to push this person, because I'm not sure how they would react to that, and I don't want to speak for them. However, that's what I'm seeing with your cards here today, pile 3. So thank you very much for watching, and if you liked this video, please give it a like. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know how it resonated for you, and if you have ideas for future videos, I'd love to hear that. And you can also subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and I hope to see you in my next video. So thank you, pile 3.